It's now or never to get the exclusive in on the Because We Can Bon Jovi tour, as I take you with me backstage and behind the scenes to experience the preparation that goes into such a big event. Big Brother Canada star Tom Plant gives a palliative care patient the greatest visit she could have hoped for. That's all I have for you this week in entertainment. Have a great weekend. Coming up in entertainment, I take you behind the scenes with me of the Bon Jovi tour, and we take a look at a movie that's all about a true American legend. All that and more coming up in entertainment. Royal has arrived at West Edmonton Mall. The Diana, a celebration exhibit, has started to come to life, presenting true elegance, sophistication, and sweetness. And just how far would you go to get your identity back if it was stolen? The movie Identity Thief stars bridesmaids Melissa McCarthy and Jason Bateman as they face off in an identity crisis. Identity Thief is now in theaters, so if you're looking for a good laugh, it is highly recommended. And there's only one direction people are heading to at West Edmonton Mall, and that's to Alberta's first pop-up store based around the English-Irish boy band for it. Anyways, that's all I have for you in entertainment this week. Join us next time. A royal wedding cake contest kicked off the event as contestants from Once Upon a Cake, Cakes by Candace, and The Art of Cake went head-to-head to build a replica of Princess Diana's 5-tier wedding cake. As there were not many pictures released to the public of the creation, it made the competition that much more challenging.
We researched everything we could about the buildings that could be on it, the piping detail, the size of it, the scope of it.
Many people gathered to get in on the royal action, either by partaking in contests, getting cake piping tips, or even feeding their sweet tooth.
3, 2, and 1. Just we need you to step away from all your tools.
The cakes were judged on piping, straight lines, and flour accuracy. The winning cake will be displayed in the exhibit. And what would a royal wedding be like without an exquisite wedding dress, a gown fit for a princess?
And there we have it. The most famous dress in the world.
It was the best kept secret until July 29, 1981, when Lady Diana stepped out of her carriage wearing what is now the most famous gown in the world. Her wedding dress has a 25-foot-long train and is embellished with over 10,000 pearls. Only 2 men in the world can handle the gown and say it never fails to disappoint viewers. It is truly a fairy tale dress.
I mean, we say this is the most famous dress in the world because it was seen by 1 billion people. But I think people also relate back to a woman that really did change everybody's perspective of the world.
Today was the grand opening of the exhibit, and it is here until June 9th. Save On Foods and Campbell's have teamed together for the Help the Hunger food drive campaign. And students from various schools were over the moon to speak with Canadian astronaut Chris Hadfield on Tuesday at the Tell Us World of Science. Snow, mold, pollen, and dust spores. Don't let allergies ruin your fun this season. Caitlin Loucher reports. Well, I thought you did a great job. I thought you had great form and you tried.
Thanks. The effort was all there, just the skill wasn't. E
for effort. Coming up after the break, Caitlin and I walk the walk with some seniors. So ready for spring. It's not the greatest feeling knowing that you can make a snowman in the middle of April, but I guess that's why we live in Canada. Our Michael Levier joins us live with weather. A report is confirming EMS response times in Alberta that they are taking too long. And March celebrated this year's National Engineering and Geoscience Month in Alberta by holding a civilian military trebuchet challenge. I washed my car this past week, and with all this nice spring weather melting everything, it wasn't a good idea. Elise and I spent our morning on Tuesday at West Edmonton Mall participating in the Canadian Liver Foundation Walk.
It was a great way.
Perfect. So now we have no excuse to not go for a run outside.
I will find fun.
Post-secondary institutions are preparing for a tough budget, as they were expecting an increase of 2% for school funding. With the potential reduction, Grant MacEwan University is implementing a hiring freeze.
It's a temporary measure that we have in place right now, the hiring freeze, but it should be noted that all the verbal commitments that we have made. We will honor those commitments. It's the ongoing competitions that are being put on hold.
Students are bracing for the possible budget cut and fear for their programs.
I'm going into nursing, so it kind of is a little worrisome, just the fact that what if nurses who are teaching decide to leave and there's not enough to fill, then the teachers are overwhelmed. So it's just a question of how that will affect us.
With the consideration of budget cuts, post-secondary schools are starting to take action. But what does this mean for students? Deputy Premier and Minister of Advanced Education, Thomas Lukazik, says there are a number of options being considered in the tight budget.
But I have been clear already with presidents and with chairs that I will be expecting them to find efficiencies within their operating budgets. And that will mean salary freezes, perhaps. That will mean cutting out some of the administrative components within schools.
Lukazik also says he has been very clear with administrators of post-secondaries that he will not allow an increase of tuition at this time. Lukazik also says schools have mixed reactions about the issues. Some are embracing it, while others are a bit more hesitant. Well, I don't know about you, Brando, but I'm a sucker for Christmas movies. I give this movie 5 stolen Christmas presents out of 5. Welcome to Cooking with Ernest. I'm Oakley Dale, joined by Chef Sheldon Polowick. So Sheldon, I'm having a get-together this weekend and I need a really good fall salad.
Well, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a roasted squash and frisee salad. So first we're going to start with the vinaigrette for the salad. So if you want to start by adding in a spoonful of the grainy mustard there.
Okay.
Add the mustard in there. Then we'll add in our champagne vinegar.
So can you use any like balsamic vinegar at all instead of champagne?
You could use balsamic vinegar or white wine vinegar, pretty much any vinegar you would like. And if you'd also like to add in the oil next.
Okay.
We just have a canola oil today. Pour that in there. It's just a nice neutral flavor. And we'll finish a little bit of sweetness. We'll add in our maple syrup.
Maple syrup. So what if people don't technically like mustard?
If you don't like mustard, you could just omit it. It's not a big deal. It won't affect the flavor too much. I like mustard, so I'm leaving it in there today. And then if you want to add in some salt and pepper.
Okay.
And I'll finish whisking
How much
here.
salt would you say?